Hello guys, welcome to Legatum Gaming and welcome back to another build video. First of all, big shout out to those that have voted on the poll in the community tab on YouTube. For those that aren't subscribed, do consider subscribing. I do post quite a lot of polls, try and get the community involved, and the last poll, or the last couple of polls I did, revolve around what builds you want to see. Now rest assured, I know that you wanted the sort of left mid, right mid in the 3-5-2, done that. You wanted a centre forward build that's sort of 90 rated, done that. Certainly listen to the feedback. You want a centre back and you want a goalkeeper. So rest assured, they are coming. For the purpose of today's video, this is a centre back build, can get up to 93 rated depending on the amount of matches you've played. For me, and for the purpose of this video, again, the matches I've played is 322. So for that, that gives me an overall rating of 90. Now, this build is taken from a mate of mine that I play in FLC, probably the best centre-back I've ever seen. He's 93 rated and he's played 1,000 games, or at least more than 1,000. However, the cap for matches played and the sort of differential between your overall rating does vary depending on your actual position you play. So for example, if you're a striker and you want a 92 striker build, you probably have to play 1,000 games. However, if you want a 92 CDM build, you probably have to play at least around 750. So it does vary depending on the actual position that you are. However, again, just going over that, I've played 322 games. This gives me an overall rating of 90. As I said, my friend has played over 1,000 games and he's 93 rated. I do actually believe you need to play around 750 to 800 to get that 93 rated. So if you have played that, then this build should give you a 93 rated. If you've played almost 500 games, I believe it is, that will give you a 91 rated. And if you've played sort of 650 to 700, that should give you a 92 rated. Do try it out. It's a really, really good build. This is literally the sort of the taken from the best centre-back I know. He's won Team of the Season several seasons in a row, pretty much gets Team of the Week every single week. So without further ado, let's get into it. So position that you actually want to be is centre-back. Height 6'2" and weight 152 pounds. I've sort of messed around with sort of 6'4", 6'2", but again, this is taken absolutely exactly from the man himself. Let's go ahead, let's look at the player traits. So in terms of physical, this is kind of what you want to see. You don't sort of want that second wind on, you don't want the solid player on, but for the purpose of the overall rating itself, you want to copy this kind of how it is. The jumping's at 93, however can max out I believe at 97, and stamina 90 is pretty decent, can max out at 92. In terms of defending, you want absolutely all the defending on, and the interceptions can max out at 98, defensive awareness can max out at 93, stand tackle can max out at 97, and slide tackle at 96. These are all statistics based on 1,000 games plus, so will vary depending on, of course, the amount of games you have played. For dribbling, you want to see something similar to this. Again, for a centre-back, agility would be quite good, going against them sort of 5'4", 119-pound strikers. But if you do it, then you do lose quite a bit of your ball control. Ultimately, then does reduce your lower overall rating. So this build itself is totally based on a high overall rating, but nonetheless, this works really, really well. Going into passing, you just want the 4 on the left, which is sort of short passing. So you got to think for a centre back, most of the times you are going to be playing it out from the back. You're going to be playing it to the CDMs or the left back, the right back, whatever it might be. You don't really need that much passing on, especially not on the right hand side, as most of it is crossing and curve. So do not waste your traits in passing. In terms of shooting, this is what a lot of centre-backs don't tend to have. The main 4 that you want are these 4 here, which is all to do with heading accuracy and heading focus. Now, do bear in mind, I have tried taking this one off here, and if you do take this one off, if you have a quick look, it takes you straight down to 89. So an absolute fundamental part of a centre-back build, which a lot of people do sort of miss, is this sort of final heading focus. Now it does cost you quite a bit of skill trait points. It costs you in total 7, but of course if you want your overall rating to increase, you have to have that. In addition, if you also look at it, my heading accuracy is at 91%, and I've only played 320 games, I think it was. This actually maxes out, I believe, at 97, so you've got to think sort of 97% of the time, whenever you head the ball, it's going exactly where you want it. So, for example, to your teammate, or more importantly, if you're in the box on a corner, you can get those sort of head downs to the strikers, or go for the goal yourself. Again, in terms of pace, as you are sort of 6'2" and 152 pounds, you are going to be sort of a little bit laggy, a little bit slow, so you want all the pace here. Again, acceleration isn't too sort of the best, but sprint speed at 87 does work out quite well. Overall, guys, this is the build. Wanted to keep it sort of quite short, quite simple. Again, just wanted to go over sort of the community tab. Do stay tuned on that. I do post sort of consistent videos on that, so really do appreciate the sort of feedback and the comments. If you do have any sort of ideas on this build, or this build did work for you, then do consider dropping that comment. I do respond to every single comment. It'll also be interesting to know if you have played sort of over 750 games, or at least 1,000 games, if this build did get you to the overall 93 rated, which my friend has. Overall, guys, this is the build. If it did help you in any way, then do let me know. Consider dropping that sort of subscribe button and hitting like if it did help you. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a good one. Thanks, guys.